Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. God bless everybody. Good evening. So, Jody Sue's been saying some real crazy stuff now, right? And what is she doing talking to my stalker? Let me see who's first in here tonight. I always want to see that. Oh, Wisconsin Mama, number one. Yes. God bless you, sweetie. I am so glad to see you. You gotta excuse me. I got this cold, and no matter how much I fight it, it's just trying to stick with me. So messing up my voice. Oh, Hillbilly 29, number two, and Sarah Lee, number three. Yay! Absolutely. God bless you, girl. God bless. Okay. Well, anyway, I want to explain if you're always here and you're the family. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Summer and this channel and being part of this beautiful family. Absolutely. I'm so grateful. If you're new, welcome. Welcome to the channel. God bless you. And I just wanted to say that I hope everyone's still praying for sweet Norway. Please keep her in your prayers and keep Summer in your prayers as well, please. Um, Sweet Norway's on my mind, so I just wanted to ask everyone to please keep her in your prayers. And oh, thank you, Wisconsin Mama. She said, "God bless you, PG. God bless you." Anyway, yeah, Jody Sue. Every time I try to exclude this lady, and I really have been trying to exclude her completely, um, she just popped back up with something crazy, right? And well, she really popped up with a good one this time. So anyway, I'm gonna play her out because um we have so much to play out here upon Jody Sue, right? Did she have anything to do with the Summer Wells case? Other than being a neighbor, a very nosy one. Um oh, she knew more, she'd elaborate. You can't shut Jody Sue up, right? There just ain't no shutting Jody Sue up. So if she knew more, I'm sure she would elaborate. But and while she knows more and she ain't elaborating, it's probably something she knows, if she told she ain't gonna be able to come back from, right? I mean, she's already said a lot of things that got us to where has us already where, we have ran back and looked at her a few times. And then about the time we get over it, oh hell, I don't have I don't have time to try to explain Jody Sue because, God, they ain't none of us got that kind of time, right? We wouldn't get no sleep for about a few years, probably. That's how long we'd be here. So let's forget about that. Um, I'm just gonna pop Jody Sue up for herself and get started with her madness from the beginning, and then as we go through this, we shall we shall come to some conclusions, right? So, okay, Jody Sue, honey, you can talk for yourself better than PG could ever talk for you. Love you, PG. Oh, girl, I love you too. Absolutely love you. That's Trisha. She's saying she loves me. I love all y'all. Absolutely. Let's pop old Jody Sue one up here.
A few days ago, had a call made, basically saying that Baltimore/Andy was still here, or that we were there, or some amalgamation of such. And Summer's body was, oh y'all, and everybody was like,
Okay. Summer's body was hauled off. Um, this is when Jody Sue was acting like she had hot shit in her mouth, right? Before she started speaking up a little more clearer, plainer here, as she has been here recently. Um, so she says in this particular segment that they try to say that two people, which one of them was Andy, hauled Summer's body off. Um, I don't know. She seemed to try to have an excuse for that one, right? And she always has a fucking excuse. Jody Sue always has some kind of freaking excuse. Oh hell, Candace Bly. Look at Candace Bly. Candace up on the screen. Oh, thank you, Trisha. God bless you, sweetie. Thank you. You're the best. Aw, wow. This is a woman after my heart. She's gonna make me cry. Thank you, sweetheart. I so appreciate that. God bless you. Um, yeah, she definitely always has a way out, right? She always has a way out. Oh, that was a phone call, this, always trying to, explain her words away. Well, okay, Jody Sue, I'm kind of tired of you explaining your damn words away. Um, and Candace, if that's really you, why don't you just bring your ass up on panel and support your daughter? You're always welcome to Palm Panel, Candace, to pitch in and support your daughter. Something you ain't done so far, but once. I gotta give you credit, Candace. You did come up once and support your daughter. But I'd love to see you come up and support your daughter a lot more. Um, you know, you didn't do anything. Then get up here and support your daughter. That's what I got to say. Get your ass up here. Um, anyway, here is we're gonna let Jody Sue just basically keeps talking. I like to say something else, but I'm not going to because right now I'm trying to be good tonight. I don't want to have to put no pennies in my swear jar. So I'm trying to keep it real.
we know better, whatever. But the call had been made to an address I'm not actually at.
An address that you're not actually at. Could that be the address across the fucking road that you had just moved from at this particular time, Jody Sue? So they ended up speaking with your mother-in-law or your father-in-law or possibly someone else over there answering the phone. I don't know, but let's hear it again because I want to let everybody just get, a damn good taste of this Jody Sue and some of the crazy bizarre things she said. And then I'm going to kind of explain, where it might, it might not be too far fetched to start looking at Jody Sue and her old man. I don't know, but she's talking me into it.
A few days ago, had a call made, basically saying that Baltimore/Andy was still here, or that we were there, or some.
We were there. Well, you was the night before, Jody Sue. You were there. You said you saw Summer 2 nights before. But the night before, when Andy was over there coaching Donald to go find Mr. Dobbs, because he was up there, remember? He was up there the day before Summer came up missing, and you guys gave him a few hotels to go stay at. And then you, and you got that right. That we thing is right because we were down there at Candace and Donald's house, coaching them into going with us to look for Mr. Dobbs at the hotels. Fucking, that is exactly what was going on the night before. So, yes, if Andy saw Summer the night before, you saw her as well. Why you're saying you didn't, I don't know. I've got to wonder about that shit.
Amalgamation of such, and Summer's body was, oh y'all, and everybody was like, we know better, whatever. But the call had been made to an address I'm not actually at.
Yeah. No, behind we don't know better because it gets worse. We don't know better, Jody Sue. So let's go on and let's see what else you got to say because I got a whole lot of you, Jody Sue.
People's eyes need to be open, and if they have something to say something, but I mean, I'm not here to be like pro this, pro that, or change like, oh well, Candace.
See something, say something. When'd you learn that, you dumbass? It must have been after you seen Summer running out needing a towel and some clothes on, and you called her a fucking brat, right? Was it after that? Because it sure the hell wasn't before. Wasn't before, was it? Because if you were that smart before, why didn't you when you seen something say something? Huh? Answer that, Jody Sue.
This or not that, I mean, but me personally, from what I've seen, it's like, Baltimore, he's like, oh, well, they're, whatever. I mean, we're definitely not on the same team there, but. So you say Baltimore feels differently than you? Yeah. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna scroll back up and find it. It was from this H Lodge. But then again, you're taking it from a guy that, is, I don't know. That one of the last things he did was our daughter was to scream at her about Summer's dead body in the most gruesome details you could ever imagine.
Summer's dead body in the most gruesome details you could ever imagine. And right before that, they was hauling it off, right?
And continued to yell about it until we were like, stop, because he knew it already traumatized her, so it was way to bother her. Just like earlier today, he had terrorized her with her grandparents, mentioned about food, and he knew that was a trigger for her because how.
Earlier he was terrorizing her about food and calories and well, Jody Sue, maybe, as parents, sometimes we do. I don't call it terrorizing, but sometimes we do see our child getting a little chunky and we think that, maybe it could cut back on some snacks and cut back on a few things to keep it from gaining weight, right? Okay, sweetie, I'm bringing you up. How you doing, sweetheart?
Good. Do you remember me from the other night?
I know, sweetie, I don't.
The dogs. I told you that she always says the dogs hold the key.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I thought of something else. Remember the swimming pool that Summer was in?
Yes.
Playing in?
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible they wrapped her in that and then buried her under dogs?
I don't know.
Because where's that swimming pool?
Right.
So maybe she fell in it and Jody Sue and them helped cover it up.
Um,
I'm just throwing out theories. It's not fact or anything, but
right.
was thinking maybe she got hurt in that swimming pool. Candace screamed. Jody Sue went up there to help her or something.
Mm, I'm starting to wonder,
If they weren't
was
in it on it together.
was Jody Sue, because Jody Sue had a date with Andy that evening to go to dinner, right?
Right, right.
Okay, they were going out to dinner. Now, could Jody Sue have heard a scream and it was from her cabin? And when she got to the cabin, she may have found something she wasn't, maybe she did
Maybe,
hear Summer scream. Could it have been from her cabin?
maybe, but what I'm
Could,
thinking
could,
is
could, have something happen right there upon her property?
could Summer have been running down that hill and maybe somebody ran over her and Jody Sue had to help cover it up. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't putting names out. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. I'm not thinking cover. I wasn't thinking run her over, but maybe ran her over in another way.
Because one of the children said it wasn't my fault. Maybe they was chasing her,
Um,
playing.
no. Um,
And she ran down into the road and maybe somebody ran over her. And it was somebody from Jody Sue's side, so they all covered it up. And maybe used that swimming pool to hide the scent of her body and buried
well,
her under dogs.
that could be, because it's my understanding that most insurance companies, if the son was driving a truck and he lives in that household, like if you have insurance and
Right.
you have a child living outside or anyone living outside your home, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can drive the vehicle. But if the person lives within your home, like their license says the same
Mm-hmm.
address as your address, then they're not covered, because you were supposed to cover them as a driver because they were within your home, right?
Right. Yep.
So if he was driving the truck and it wasn't going to cover what happened,
Exactly.
possibility, I don't know.
I mean, I'm just trying to throw theories. I mean, something's got to give. It's been 11 months.
I say that, I'm starting to believe that whatever happened, definitely, obviously, Jody Sue's holding some knowledge of
Exactly. That's what I've
something.
been saying since day one. Why did she throw herself into it? To throw people off?
Well, I think she did that with the red truck.
Right. And
Possibly the scream.
she
But,
talks in riddles and circles and
how
never
many of
gets to
us
any real point.
say, how many of us say, oh, my kid bumped his head and it was all hollering and screaming? Well, no, if that happens in your house, none of the neighbors are going to hear it. Or, what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, if your kid's outside and it gets stung by a bee and it's, hollering and hopping, and there might be, maybe none of the neighbors heard nothing before it got in. Some of them might, some of them might not. I don't know. What I'm
Well, they
saying
may
is,
have. And here's another thing too.
maybe Jody Sue did hear Summer scream because she was there. I
Or
mean,
Candace. She heard Candace scream, maybe.
I know she said, well,
I
she's
mean, I don't
pretty
know.
adamant. She was pretty adamant it was Summer.
I just think it's a big cover up between both parties. I do.
All I know is her scream was called unfounded, but she could have heard it if she was there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she knows she's telling the truth about the screaming, because damn, she was right there to hear it. Even though nobody else did. And if it was like inside, like that cabin or something, then neighbors probably wouldn't hear it, because it's concealed within some walls.
And I've been reading that the dogs touched on her shoes, stopped at her shoes or her feet.
Yeah, that's what I was getting
Right.
to.
Right? So,
That's what I'm
okay.
getting to. So,
So maybe they all participated in burying her, but wrapped her in that swimming pool. And maybe, you know what I mean? To hide scent.
I don't know about the swimming pool. I do know something ain't right here. That I do know. You know, I think we should let Jody Sue speak for herself because I've got quite a bit
Right.
of
I
her
try to
running off
listen to
tonight.
everything, but I'm like,
Right.
you know, I want
And
her found.
we
Everybody
all
wants her
do.
found.
We all do. Absolutely. We all do. And,
And you told me the other night to call TBI. Well, I don't want to do that and bother them if it ain't something. You know what I mean? Because it's all
everything's a
just what
thought.
I'm thinking of.
Right. But, the Jody Sue, when she was talking to that stalker, there was something I caught there's something wrong there. I got to go back and analyze it and then I'll bring out what. But
Yeah.
I did take note there was something fucking odd in a couple different places of that video. So I am going to reanalyze it. If she don't take it down, I didn't bother to grab it. But if she don't take it down, Jody Sue, if you don't take it down, PG is definitely going to bring out a couple parts where I seen a little indescriptions with you, and I didn't like it at all, hun. So, but I
Okay. Well,
have bigger things to fry tonight. Hey, babes, you are welcome to stay up on panel and put your 2 cents in because Jody Sue's about to say a whole lot of shit.
no, I'll drop down. I was just had a theory. I don't like staying up very long.
Okay. Okay, I understand that too. I did want to let everybody know that I understand that a lot of people ain't wanting to come up on panel. They don't, they don't want to be seen, or they, you don't want to be seen, or you don't want, to grab a, you don't know how to really do it. So that's, and some people are just like stage fright. They don't want to come up. Um, Next week, I am going to put out a phone number and so people could call in. You'll be able to call the number and you'll be able to actually express how you feel about this particular case. If
Well,
you
and
think
I
that's a
think,
good idea, put a one in the chat.
yeah, that's a
You
good
know,
idea because a lot of people I think are scared of getting doxxed by other creators
all
or
right.
other people in
Well,
general. You know what I mean?
when you come upon my panel, I do not snap no pictures of you.
I know, but
All I
your
do is
name
put,
sometimes, like
right,
I go and change my name
right,
because I do go in other chats and I don't want to be demonized because I was like saying something, you know what I mean? On another channel. Be like, oh, well, you were over on PG's there. And I said, you know what? It's stupid. Everybody's trying to get to Summer. So why is everybody attacking everybody? I don't understand it. You see what I'm saying? Or they'll
right.
block me. Jody Sue
Oh, I'm
blocked me
sorry.
already. She blocked me. All because I asked her, I said, "Did you get a new computer?" And she said, "You're a troll," and blocked me.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry that people treat other people in that manner. It's not right. And as creators, we all need to come together, as YouTubers. Like I said, I only believe the only creator in my book is God Almighty. But yeah, they call themselves creators. I don't call myself that. I call myself you know, a I call myself a child of God, right? That just got
Yeah.
chosen to be here and for this beautiful little girl and to, lead the crusade of finding her and bringing her home and getting justice for her and doing what God's will. So,
Yeah. I go to a lot of other channels to try to get like other people's perspective of things. I don't
right,
mostly don't even talk and chat, just listen. I
right,
because I'm just I'm like everybody else. I think she needs to be found, and I think these people are getting away with it,
right.
and I'm scared it's
And
going to go cold. Did you ever hear the story about the boy in the box back in the 50s? They
yes,
still haven't found his identity.
All right, that's true. That's true, and that was an awful sad case.
Yeah, and I don't like to see things like that.
Uh, None of us do, sweetheart. But the more that the more that I do research on Summer's case and so forth and so on, the more I find that there's many, many, many cases like this that
Yeah, I know there is, and it's sad. I don't know what the world's coming to, but it's coming. It's horrible.
and it's all over the world. It's not
Yeah,
just in America. It's everywhere, and we've got to do something to you know we've got to do something because you can't lock your children away because you're
yeah,
afraid. you know it's not like chitty chitty bang bang. We can't lock our children away because we're afraid the fucking ice cream man's gonna haul them off, right?
Well, I took my
um
son to the park today, and some other kids he was playing with asked him his name. He won't tell his name.
right, right, and that's a
That's how
smart idea.
he's pretty intelligent. But I'm, I'm going to drop down. So
Okay, sweetheart, I appreciate you coming up. God bless you.
you're welcome.
Anyway, yeah, let's get back to Jody Sue. And yes, next week I will be taking phone calls so that people can actually call in, and that way you don't have to, pop up and have your picture seen or whatever. You can actually call in and voice your opinion upon this case, and give people a view of what you really think about it. And it's a tough case, and I know everyone has a theory, and but a lot of those theories are staying in the chat, and they could be very helpful. So because they're in the chat, because people don't know how to take the link, or they're nervous, or whatever may be hindering you. um I'm going to put a phone number out so you don't have to worry about that. You can just call in and be able to you know voice your opinion and support Summer, um and so forth and so on. So um let's see how that works out. And I know that's my lighter. PG's a sad case right now. I'm actually having to use my grill lighter because I was stupid. I have like 5 lighters, and God knows I lost them all. So bear with me, please.
Abuse her brother is your prior and had no contact for years because of it with food. And so he knew the triggers, and he knew that he had already traumatized her to the point she was having nightmares and all sorts of, and so, and a guy that the last time Equisearch, remember where all asked him to give their locations, he was screaming at Equisearch to come and kill him and to do whatever.
Echo search. Okay. Um, was he afraid he was going to stumble upon the body? And you know, um, I don't know.
Fuck them and fuck this and whatever. Oh dear. Lost any.
Kind of sounds like Summer may be in that area, right? If he was that concerned with Echo search. That's something to really think about.
Second, Jody. Oh, we sped right past that. I didn't want to interrupt you or cut you off, but you said he tormented your daughter in gruesome detail about Summer's dead body. What the hell? What?
What I say? What the hell? What? Exactly. Exactly. I'm still not done with you, Jody Sue.
The dogs did mess up. The dogs messed up. And it was because of other dogs. But Candace and them were out there. I was standing there, and the dogs stopped at my feet. And they stopped, and the hands were pissed.
She says that the dog stopped at her feet. Let's hear that again.
Yeah, the dogs did mess up. The dogs messed up. And it was because of other dogs.
Let me tell you something about, I don't know a whole lot about dogs, search dogs, cadaver dogs, or the handlers. But I do know this much. I know them dogs don't mess up, Jody Sue. They don't mess up. Once they get that scent, Jody Sue, they don't mess up. Okay?
But Candace and them were out there. I was standing there and the dog stopped at my feet.
The dog stomped at her feet. So, Jody Sue, did you have the scent, summer scent on your feet somehow? Maybe stepped on her clothes? Kicked her shoe out of the way? You was trying to hide in the water of the creek, right? Those dogs would only go to summer scent, and they went to your feet. That says a hell of a lot right there.
And they stopped, and the handler was pissed.
And the handlers were pissed. I think the handler was just stupid. I think the handler wasn't thinking about you possibly stepping on her clothes. I mean, I would have looked at you and been like, why is this? Why is this? I think I got overlooked, and you probably were damn glad it did, right? That's what I got to say. Let's go on and listen to you some more, Jody Sue.
So anyway, as I was looking, went a few feet, in to the water, but, 20 feet maybe from the river, I don't know, maybe less than that, I don't know. Wasn't too far in. When I hear a car coming down Candace's driveway. And her talking to somebody, which I assume was somebody in the car with her. But as I hear her getting closer, I come back out the creek and jump up. Out of, and then into the roadway. And
she comes up and jumps
and grandest a few feet,
comes
in
up
to the
let's
water.
Listen to this again.
So anyway, as I was looking, went a few feet, in to the water, but 20 feet maybe from the river, I don't know, maybe less than that, I don't know.
I don't really fucking
Wasn't too
care.
far in.
Go on.
When I hear a car coming down Candace's driveway. And her talking to somebody, which I assume was somebody in the car with her. But as I hear her getting closer, I come back out the creek and jump up. Out of, and then into the roadway. And she's in Grandis's vehicle. And, which, kind of confused me at first.
Kind of confused her at first that she was in Grandis's vehicle? Could that have confused you earlier, Jody Sue? Or could you have already knew? Is that really the way it went? Is what I'm trying to say.
Grandis's was ahead of it, so that's why she's in Grandis's. And so anyway, when she pulls up, she's on the phone with Donnie. But the first thing I said, guys, I wish I could explain to you. I wish there had been some way for me to take a picture or video that day.
Yeah, what happened to those trail cameras?
Donnie's on the phone with her, and I didn't even realize the time. It just didn't hit me. But the first thing I say to Candace is, I heard her scream, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And then I realized Donnie's on the phone. And Donnie says something like, so you're telling me somebody's taking my baby girl or something? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I didn't put it together, enough time, like, right?
Right. I think that's kind of wrong. You might have been screaming, I'm sorry. Because you knew what really happened. I don't know. Let's hear what Candace has to say.
And inconsistent things, right? So, I mean, they gave their statement early on, and it's the statement that we heard, and it stayed the same. It hasn't wavered. It hasn't changed. It's remained the same. And that's, the truth will remain when the world's on fire.
Benny, are you fucking nuts? Ain't nothing remained the same. It has not remained the same. It has been like all over the place, dude. Nothing from the beginning of this has remained the same. I don't know what you're talking about. Matter of fact, you're about to find out it has nothing remained the same. Wow. And Candace has been up there. She said that 2 weeks into it, she kind of suspected something the way Jody Sue was acting, but chose to dismiss it because, she thought Jody Sue's her friend. So she chose to dismiss it.
That's the way she acted. She acted like she was my friend. But...
So, Candy, let me ask you, when you came down the hill and she was there and you had Donnie on the speakerphone, I know we talked about this somewhere else, but let's talk about it here. At no point did Jody Sue mention to you that she had saw the flash of a red vehicle or heard a scream, correct?
None at all.
Well, there you go. No scream, no flash of a vehicle, but Jody Sue standing there saying, I'm sorry. I didn't know. So, what is Jody Sue talking about? If she's saying these things in the middle of the road. Now, one thing I can say that these two conversations have in common, and that is they both agree that they met up down there on that road, right? They both agree that they met up on that road. Let's go ahead and hear Candace.
I don't know. It seems like when you are trying to help a mother find her missing daughter, you might mention that you saw the flash of a red vehicle, right?
Right.
And that you heard a scream.
Absolutely.
You don't wait till 2 days later to tell that.
No, because
her words to me was she was waiting for Andy to get there. That's what she told me.
And what time was that?
Oh gosh,
around the.
I'm not even sure, Benny, right now.
Okay.
Around 4:30, yeah, about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
So she.
4:30, 5 o'clock. 4:30, 5 o'clock. So basically, they were both down on the road. They agreed they were both on the road, right? You heard Jody Sue say, I was on the road. I came up, I was on the road. She came up out of she says the water, the bushes. Could Summer have gotten hit down there? Knocked into the bushes? Candace was coming down? I don't know. I want to go back and listen to Jody Sue.
I was like, because the first thing she says to me is, we're talking together, basically. So anyway, as I was looking, went a few feet, in to the water, but, 20 feet maybe from the road. I don't know, maybe less than that. I don't know. Wasn't too far in. When I hear a car coming down Candace's driveway. And her talking to somebody, which I assume was somebody in the car with her. But as I hear her getting closer, I come back out the creek and jump up. Out of, and then into the roadway. And she's in Grandis's vehicle.
I'm bringing you up Wisconsin Mama.
And, which, kind of confused me at first. Grandis's was ahead of it, so that's why she's in Grandis's.
She said Grandis was a little ahead of us. I couldn't figure it out, but let's go back and listen to her.
Kind of confused me at first. Grandis's was ahead of it, so that's why she's in Grandis's.
Grandis was ahead of us. That's why she was in Grandis's. So, how could Grandis be ahead of them if Candace is in her damn vehicle?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I think Grandis could have been on foot.
Yeah, she should have kind of
Something happened, and Grandis was the first one to the scene, then Jody Sue, and then now comes Candace.
Could have been.
There you go. A very possibility. Very good possibility. I don't know. I've always felt that Jody Sue somehow tied within this case due to the fact, one, she made it her business to implicate herself way past the normal point of implication, right?
Right.
I mean, she way more than the norm. I mean, way more norm for.
Well, because she controls the narrative of the story.
Maybe she needs to.
Yeah.
Maybe she needs to control the narrative.
Yeah.
I mean,
just back there when you played the little bit video there where Candace said, "Well, I thought she was my friend."
Right.
Okay. If you were to go back and read all the messages off of Messenger that Jody Sue put out there, yeah, they sounded like pretty good friends to me.
Right, absolutely. And not only that, but Candace said 4:30, 5 o'clock. They didn't call for help, right? They didn't. Well, they wasn't ever going to call for help. But what I'm saying is, they didn't call to stage their little thing until 6:30.
Right.
So, absolutely, there you have it. 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. That's the 2-hour window that, TBI, all of them are dumbfunneled on. The 2-hour window. And basically, as I've always been saying, something happened between 4:30 and 5, and between 5 and 6, it was getting covered up, and around close to 6 o'clock, it was getting put into action for the cover up. I mean, Dawn's called, the police are called. Now everything's being pulled into place, right?
Right.
Everything is being, at this point, everything's being covered up. That's what's happening from 6 o'clock on. It's a big bunch of bullshit. So, you know, what exactly happened?
Well,
Whatever happened, they got Summer's body out of there, and
I
you
don't
know,
believe Summer is anywhere around that place.
I
I
do.
thought
I absolutely do, due to the
Well-
fact that she made that statement that that Andy was carrying on about Echo Search, and Echo Search ain't been anywhere except Ben Hill Road. That tells
Right.
me he got very fucking paranoid, like drug dealers do when they see a police. He got very fucking paranoid that they was going to actually discover wherever this child may have been putting. So
yeah.
I think TBI is right, and the feds. I think and Ronnie Lawson. I think they're right. Like Ronnie Lawson said, they think that wherever Summer's at, it's in that area. I think they're on to something there.
Well, I just wish that they would check out that church that you keep
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
absolutely.
You know,
I'm
behind that
thinking,
church.
I'm thinking that could be the place where they, because Jody Sue did not want me bringing that out. If you notice, she fought for me saying that too. I mean, she wanted that off the fucking table, right?
Yeah.
Bad. So,
Why
there may be something to that, but I think that was just a holding tank to where they really ended up putting her.
Yeah. But the question is, what is in Jody Sue's first video that she did with, I don't want to name another creator on here, and then that creator took it down?
I don't know.
Because she was adamant
Was
about
that on Mask?
No, it was with Squaw. What's her name?
Oh, that Squall Tit?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't. Well,
Oh.
I know Squaw.
I'm sorry, Patricia Sal, Wisconsin Mama.
I know that Squaw turns everything over to TBI and the feds and everything as well. So
Yeah.
it's a possibility that she took it down because something was there that was possibly worth having. So that could be the reason it got gone.
Right.
I mean,
Patricia Sal, what do you want me to answer you about? I don't know. I'm looking back at the chat and I don't see.
I don't see
She
it.
says, Wisconsin Mama, why haven't you answered me? Looking back to see if there's another question that she did ask.
I'm looking for you, hon, but I don't even see
Jody Sue is sketchy. Patricia, I'm looking for one more here. And you grew up in Wisconsin. Is that what you needed to know or wanted to say or want me to answer? Where'd you go?
Patricia's there she is. She says Sarah Lee and laughed. I don't know. Or no, wait a minute. That's Priscilla. I'm sorry. I don't see Patricia.
Yeah, it's Patricia Sell. Wisconsin Mama, why is Benny wearing a merkin on his chin? I don't know.
Why is he wearing what on his chest?
A merkin on his chin. Sway.
Oh.
Sway says, Wisconsin Mama, why is Benny wearing I don't know, something on his chin? I don't. I'm telling you, Benny has done lost his mind.
They think that you're supposed to be able to answer that.
What do you think I do? Party with him, Sway? Oh, probably because I wrote this thing that I said Candace and Benny went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Benny fell down, and then I wrote, that's all I got. And then Ronald Wilson finished it for me.
Ronald Wilson. I can only imagine what he said.
Yeah, it was good. Well, I don't know where she went. Teresa's from Wisconsin too. I don't know where she just. I don't know where she is. Oh wait. Only from. Oh, she says only. I'm from Wisconsin too. Okay. Teresa's from Wisconsin too, Patricia. There's 3 of us in here from Wisconsin. There could be more. We don't know.
And I think that whatever happened, Grandis got there first. Because she plainly stated Grandis was ahead of them.
Yeah, I believe so.
And Grandis was supposed to be up on the fucking hill. So
Patricia.
now we know Grandis wasn't up on the hill. But I do know where the boys would have been at that time. In the house playing gaming machines and didn't hear nothing. That's why Candace obviously went back. So that's exactly the way it went. Candace came down with the car to take Summer off because of whatever happened. They were covering it up. And that must have been the first time that she came out of the driveway and left. And then after they staged it, she came out a second time. So, yeah, there must have been 2 times that vehicle came down through there.
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute.
And Jody Sue, it sounds like, was there both times now.
D-Boss, are you sure that that H was up on the hill that day? D-Boss says and H was on the hill too.
No, H wasn't on that hill that day. H had a doctor's appointment, which took him out of there. He had like a 4:00 doctor's appointment. As soon as H got home, he had to get ready to go to the doctor's. And Allie was going with him. His girlfriend's mom got there and picked him up, and they were at a doctor's appointment at 4. Between 4 and 4:30, they were at a doctor's appointment. Matter of fact, H was at a doctor's between 4 up to 5 o'clock. And then he went to some kind of a ball game after some kind of thing at his girlfriend's school. And Allie and her daughter and them went to a different school, to her daughter's school, because her daughter's a cheerleader. So they were having some kind of school things that day at the schools, and it must have been home games or whatever. And instead of the away games, it must have been home games. So Allie and them had gotten back in order to go to that as well from the doctor's office. So between the doctor's office and the ball games that they were attending, there's no way H could have been up on that hill at the time that all of this happened this summer. Absolutely not. H is definitely out of the equation. Who isn't out of the equation is Jody Sue, her son, and her family, because they were on site at 110 Ben Hill Road, it seems like.
Right. So Patricia, I'm in northern Wisconsin, and I don't know anymore, PG. This is God.
The FBI went to Ziggy V's house today.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they showed proof. They did.
Ziggy V don't have no home. She lives in a tent. And how do they know where her tent is?
I don't know.
Because a tent moves around with homeless people. I mean, you can't tent up the same place all the time, or you'll get, moved. homeless people move all the time. I mean, this is kind of weird because, it's like this lady's supposed to have this stable address someplace. No, I don't think that's the way it is when you're homeless. I mean, I could be fucking wrong. Maybe they have homeless tent camps now where, you got a stable address, can get your mail and shit. Maybe they let you put up a little mailbox. I don't know, but I don't think so.
PG,
I mean, last time I checked, it don't work that way.
I did Snapchat it. I mean, I did take a picture of it. I don't know how I can.
Of what?
Of the
TBI on her?
Yeah, of the FBI, the receipt that they left. They left her a receipt of everything that they took from her. I did take a picture of it. I don't know how I can get it to you. I can get off here and send it to you through your email.
Oh, don't worry about it. We'll cover that up tomorrow.
And then apparently TBI also was there talking to her too. So FBI's been there twice, and then the TBI was there, from my understanding.
And what is that over what Candace said to her?
Grandis, you mean?
Or Grandis?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
So I mean, if it's true, allegedly true, at least we know that they're
building a case.
Yes.
Yes. I just don't want none of more of this.
Right.
Yeah. Right here. No more Jessica receipts.
Exactly.
I'm going to send you a receipt, PG.
So there's 4 of us from Wisconsin in here too. Yeah.
Grandest. Are you just now getting that one?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. I'm really kind of, these past couple of days, I'm kind of late on the jokes.
Look at that. Finally, we got the receipts, everybody. Here it is. Here's your receipt. Would you like to FaceTime?
What is that?
That's a rat.
Oh.
That's a rat swimming.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that is funny. That is just funny.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I can't do Jody Sue. I just can't. I mean, the lady puts me to sleep. I just feel like, like I said before, she controls the narrative of the story, and she likes to tell riddle stories. So you almost have to sit down and really listen to it. And I bet actually if an analyst person sat down and listened to every video, I bet there's something in every video that she says that would tell the truth that we're not catching.
Right.
Maybe.
I'm going to tell you.
Who has?
I know that we all have husbands, right?
Yeah.
Well, mine's passed away, but what I'm saying is we've all had husbands. Maybe I should say that. And a lot of us still got them, if you're very lucky. But, or some maybe don't have them because, having them wasn't lucky at all, right? I don't know. But,
right.
What I'm trying to say is we've all had men. All of us women, we've had men. All the men have had women. Okay? Because we got men and women in here, in our chat. And here's what I got to say. Now we know when our man comes in the house and he starts talking, starts blowing off or blowing up, which a lot of times they do, right?
Yeah.
Why's the neighbor have to park their mother effing car, in this place or that place or whatever, you know? We know that, they come, they blow up, or blow off. They're always blowing up or blowing off about something factual, right?
Right.
I mean, they ain't blowing up just to get anybody's goat. What I'm saying is they don't come in and just say shit to get at people. And even if they was saying something to get at somebody, usually they're telling the truth to get at them, right?
Right. Right.
So why should we believe that Andy's any different?
Well, right. Yeah.
Why should we believe Andy's any different?
Well, we
Because
heard
Jody
from
Sue
him a
said
little
so?
bit. Yeah, because Jody Sue says so.
Yeah, no, that ain't, I think if Andy came in and he blew up about knowing all this stuff about Summer, it should be took seriously.
Yeah, I just want to go on her channel and I just want to tell her, seriously, get off your high horse. And if you got something to say, come out and say it. Quit storytelling me, and then she'll block me.
Well, that's their way out when they don't want to answer things that,
Yeah.
that need to be answered. And, that's just all the creators' way out, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's easier to be a hateful piece of shit than an understanding, human being.
Right.
I mean,
well, Lost Souls, if you read the chat, she's gonna go and she says she's gonna clean it up and she's gonna clean up those stories and start watching them. She says, what does she say? She can clean up and transcribe it for you. All of her stories.
I pretty much started talking. I pretty much got in and started talking to Dawn and Candace pretty quick. I'd say definitely within a few days of Summer coming up missing, and maybe 2 or 3, 4. I don't remember, but it was probably within the first week, for sure. I know that it was probably about 3 or 4 days into it. I would say that, because, yeah, I'd say probably within the first week. Definitely within the first week. It was like only a few days. Because when it first came out, when it first happened, some reason it ended up on my Facebook immediately. I don't know why, but it did. And that's when I gave Candace hell because I felt my gut just told me, I basically just looked over the pictures and everything. I mean, what they were putting out, and what they were saying. I mean, like, immediately they were talking about this bread truck. They was talking about these buckets. They was talking about all this stuff. And immediately, I told Candace that it sounds more like what they done than anybody else because, she's the one that had the buckets everywhere. And, in the damn story just fit them and nobody else, basically. And she immediately took it down. I mean, she got it out of there quick.
Yeah.
And not only that, but you know, threatened me, and I didn't take it kindly, so I put it up like 100 times in her thing so that, you know, she took as many as she could down, but she couldn't get them all because I had too many, right? And that's where me and her went awry. And then the next thing I know, you know, I seen them with the church people, you know, coddling them, and they're posting, you know, church things. And then I felt like a heel. You know, I felt kind of bad for being an ass. You like that? You know, I should have stuck with my gut, but I didn't. And, you know, now I'm thinking with my head, and I'm thinking, you know, wow, you know, maybe they didn't do anything. Maybe I am, you know, I was wrong. So I reached back out. Right.
If you were wrong, and if I was wrong, I still don't forgive them. I don't forgive them for being shitty parents. I don't forgive them for being drug and alcoholic parents. I forgive them for not raising your children right. I just don't forgive them.
I can forgive them. I can forgive them a lot faster for being a couple of shitty parents. And I could, you know, possibly get past all of this and try to help them become better parents, you know. I mean,
well,
hell, you know, if
I don't even
if I did not
believe,
put it this way, if I did not believe that if I could believe in my heart that they had nothing whatsoever to do with this, if I could actually believe that they didn't, I'd personally hold Candace's hand, go with her, and literally hold her hand through rehab, letting her know every damn thing would be okay from the time it starts to the finish of it, and I was going to be right there holding her hand through it all. And there was nothing going to stop her from becoming the mom that she needed to be for, you know, for her kids now. I would do that for her if I truly could believe, you know, that she had nothing to do with this. But I cannot truly believe that.
Well,
I can't, because too much evidence shows. There's too much evidence pointing that finger, and it has been from day one. And like I said, I should have stuck with my gut, because, you know, I knew right off the bat pretty much the truth. And, you know, like a parent with their child, you know, or a woman in love. You could be in love with the biggest piece of crap in the world and you can't see it because, you know, you're blinded. Well, you know, I got blinded because I was so tired of seeing parents do it that I wanted one time for them not to have done it. And that's what I wanted. And it wasn't about what I wanted. It was about the facts, right? And when I had to open my eyes and face it, it was super hard. It was hard.
With Candace, she hasn't had good people in her life. You know, I mean, everything she's seen has been bad things.
Candace ain't had good people in her life because Candace didn't ever search for good people.
Right.
You know?
So, I mean, so I guess what I'm just saying is that, I mean, a person, there's that one lady, she tried for how many months, you know, to help her out, to get her a job, to get her into rehab. You know, this lady tried, and finally she said, I just give up. I'm done. She said,
I can't do it no more.
Anything.
Right.
You know,
Candace ain't going to do anything but lay off. Candace is going to do nothing but lay around on you and literally just suck you
dry
for everything that she possibly can until you put her out the door and let her roll again.
So can I ask you a question? Back to Jody Sue. So, Jody Sue Who is like? Because Jody Sue had threatened that creator with Frank Light.
She had
And
threatened who with Frank Light?
she threatened that creator, Squat Tits or whatever her name is. So if
Squat Tit had already been attacked by the lights.
Yeah, and then she threatened her again with him.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I tried to call Frank.
Oh, did you?
I definitely remember. I talked to his family member.
Yeah.
He was there. He was there, but he didn't want to talk.
Right.
You know, so I don't think I'm going to be too afraid of someone that don't want to talk. You know.
Well, and you
mean, that's weird.
Jobs that can hear everything. You know, I mean, everything because you live up there. Yeah. I mean, I feel like these. I just have that feeling. Just my opinion that they heard something, or
Jody Sue's got my stalker on her now.
Oh, does she? Oh,
yeah, same one, same creepy weirdo, and he is like freaking whoa weird.
Oh,
he is like
I think I
freaking
know
whoa
who you're
weird.
talking about. I think I know who you're talking about.
Oh, Green Eyes.
Yeah.
And everybody's so afraid of him, and he's nothing to be afraid of.
Well,
he is nothing to be scared of. I mean, maybe for Jody Sue,
creators,
because he is in Tennessee.
Yeah.
That weirdo is in Tennessee. Absolutely in Tennessee. So, you know, Jody Sue might want to be a little afraid, right?
Yeah. You know that when he pops up in some of the creators' lives or whatever,
Yeah, he just popped up in mine. He popped up in Ziggy. He did Ziggy first that I remember. And then he did me. And
well, look how afraid Lisa was of him the other night. She wouldn't even talk about him.
I'm like, really?
She's like, nope, he is the devil's spawn. No,
I started stalking him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I started calling him. I'm like, why not?
Yeah. I was just kind of wondering who is this person, but he's been going on since Summer's been missing. So him or she, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Uh-oh. What we got going on in the chat here? Lori, your comment was uncalled for.
Whose comment was uncalled for?
Lori Fuller. I'm trying to see what she said. White Widow baby's on her, so.
No Jody Sue story. Honey, Jody Sue's telling her own fucking stories right there, Lori. Yeah. You know, she's telling her own stories. And here, you know, over here,
see, my comments always go away. Where'd they go?
Sorry about that, Wisconsin mama.
That's okay.
I did the Houdini on you. Sorry.
Strike 3, you're.
Yeah.
We do
that
not.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah. We see, isn't that weird? Somebody wants to know who Green Eyes is and why has he involved himself in this case?
Green Eyes is Green Eyes is
Lisa wouldn't even say who it was because she's so scared of him.
She probably didn't know who he is. All I know about Green Eyes is he's a freaking little weirdo that right there's the victim. Right there is the victim.
Yeah.
On the screen right now. That beautiful little angel right there. That's the victim. So if you're in here, wanting to take up for the Jody Sue, hun, you are in the wrong place. That's, and I'm being nice tonight because I'm trying to stick with my God and get past, lowering myself to, ungodly levels to fight with these people that, just want to be right out asses like they ain't got enough brains in their fucking heads to understand who the real victim is in all of this.
Yeah, so apparently Green Eyes was in a chat claiming Leslie is the one who took
But
Summer.
I just got to tell, Lori or whoever, if you're a Jody Sue sympathizer right now, she is I heard they were taking up a donation somewhere for her house, so maybe you can go and donate, your life savings to that since you fucking care so much, right? And in the meantime,
Oh, she's saying that she is agreeing with you, PG.
I will donate, everything I have to this baby upon panel because that's the real victim and that's the one needing found. She's the one needing found. She's the one needing brought home. She's the one that, justice needs justice served upon whatever sick bastards did what they did to this child. And, I don't sympathize for anyone else other than Summer. That's all I sympathize for is her and her brothers. Her brothers that feel so damn guilty because they've been made to feel that way by a piece of crap mother and dad and grandma that refuse to tell the fucking truth. So
Lori,
that's what pisses me off.
Lori, if you think we're being rude up here, I think that maybe your story was misunderstood. So why don't you come up on panel and tell us what you said? I mean, we're not being rude.
I'm so rude. I mean, Lori said we don't need to hear Jody Sue stories. Jody Sue's I don't think they're stories. I think they're freaking incriminating evidence that needs to be looked over by law enforcement and something and an action done upon it.
Yes.
That's what I think. To be perfectly clear.
Yeah, I think it was just a misunderstanding over what you said. It's
I
okay.
mean, if she truly supports Summer, then God forgive me, but it sounded like she was supporting Jody Sue to me. I mean, and here we don't support Jody Sue. We don't support Candace Wells or Dawn Wells. We don't support, Brandis. We don't support any of them. Absolutely not. We do not support none of them. They are not the victims here. These are grown ass adults that can all take care of themselves. What we do support here is children. The children. The children that, need a voice. And we are their voice, right?
Right. So, I, PG, a couple days ago, I was having a rough day. I was like really down in the low about, I didn't see FBI or the FBI were moving on this case, but, I believe, I mean, like, and then I'm thinking, how can I think this? There's a little girl that's missing. And for me to think that they're not doing anything is wrong. I know they're doing stuff. I know that they are investigating and doing what they need to do. And I know that they cannot put it out there for us. So I guess basically until they come up with something, we can still try to figure out our theories of what happened to her, and still be here to support her. Summer is our main goal here, and that's why we are all here. Um, and honestly, seriously, I do that Jody Sue has something to say, but somebody's got to figure out what she is saying. And I can guarantee you that the FBI is on every channel, and I am sure that they are listening to her too. They probably had to pull extra agents in for this one just to cover everybody on YouTube. Yeah, I think Jody Sue is a witch too. I agree. I was waiting for.
There was a 12-year-old little boy, according to Kingsport Police, Brandon Robert. Schools are reporting missing Monday evening. Investigators do not suspect foul play in his disappearance. Schools, that's his last name, is Schools. Is 4'11" tall, weighs 80 pounds, and has black hair and brown eyes, according to police. He may be wearing a gray hoodie, sweatshirt, and sweatpants, and was last seen in the 1000 block of Yetkin Street.
And
anyone with information on where Schools may be is asked to call detectives at 423-229-9429 or Central Dispatch at 423-246-9111. So they don't suspect foul play. That doesn't mean that it ain't foul play, and that's what I'm talking about. Amber alerts need to go out for these children, and their homes need to be treated as a crime scene, roped off. Parents have to leave until the child is found in case there was foul play. We can't say we don't think it's foul play because very well it could be foul play. And that's the thing. We don't freaking know. So therefore we should treat it like it was, right? And if it wasn't, then hey, good job, right? Good job. Glad it wasn't. But if it was, we got the evidence, right?
Right. And I do believe that the Amber Alert law, because the child has, I think an Amber Alert should go out like ASAP.
This country is starting to disrespect our elders and our children. There is no damn respect anymore for our elders or our children. And you know what? It needs to change. When you lose respect for the people who need it the most, you have crossed the line. You have crossed the line over onto Satan's playground. And where all hell has already broke loose. And we can, and a lot of times when you cross that line, there ain't no coming back from it. And, right now, I think it's possible to bring it back. I think it is possible to bring it back. But we're going to have to work awful hard to get it done, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That would take a lot of work and a lot of petitions, and I
Oh
mean,
no, what it would do is take a lot of shaming. When you know that
you are
someone,
correct there.
when you know that someone, what we got to do is we got to make these people feel the shame in their game, right? We
Yeah,
got to make them feel the shame in their game. I mean, it used to be if you was a damn thief, nobody wanted a fucking thing to do with you.
right.
Nothing. I mean, they avoided you like the Black Plague, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
that's what people need again. What people need again is, these people that hurt old people or abuse children, they need to be treated like the Black Plague, not supported, but treated that way. And you know what? That's what teaches people not to do it. Nobody wants to be, you know, blacklisted. No one wants to be blacklisted like that. No one. No one. I mean, that's a fear. And you have to put the fear in people to keep them from doing things. But, instead of putting the fear in these people that do ugly, horrible things, people support them like the whales. The whales are fucking evil, but people supported them. How
right.
anyhow do you support evilness? They should have been blacklisted and not supported at all. They should have been an example to anyone else that wanted to treat a missing child's case the way they have treated their own childs.
Right.
They should have been made a fucking example of. Just blacklisted and left to their own devices, and nobody gave a damn about them.
No.
But
No.
that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Support pulled out. They used the shit out of all of that support and laughed at those people. And they're still laughing. I can bet you a lot that they're laughing. I listened to them laugh over and over again till it made me sick to my stomach to see how big a bastards that family was with a missing child.
Yeah.
I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, I don't think any of us
It was
could.
ungodly as hell.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that right now.
You saw it because you saw it. We didn't. But I'm just saying that just from what they've done,
Oh, we was
is
seeing
proof
it.
enough.
Everybody was seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's even sicker. Is they was seeing it. They seen it when they did it to Mary. They seen it when they grabbed, when they grasped for the yellow car and it already been cleared. They seen it when Donald came out and called people all kinds of names and acting out like the bastard he was. They seen it when Candace was up there, chugging down, keeping on her fucking daily rituals of, being a slush all evening. It wasn't nothing new. I mean, oh, well, I would drink too if I was going. No, this woman has been drinking for years. It wasn't nothing new. It wasn't like she had a baby come up missing and all of a sudden, good girl went bad. Hell no.
Do you think? I don't mean to interrupt.
That bitch was always bad.
Do you think it's? No, I'm just throwing it out there. It's just a theory. Do you think it's a possibility that when I say that they were drinking down at the horse pond, and she drove home drunk, dropped off Hunter, whatever, drove home drunk, did whatever they had to do, and decided to take a nap herself?
No.
And absolutely cannot remember?
No.
Maybe she blacked out? No.
No. Hell no. Because
Okay.
Jody Sue, as we just heard Jody Sue state, Grandis was ahead of Candace.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And as we heard Candace say, 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's when whatever happened went down. And I always knew that. I told you my timeline was fitting, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I got that timeline down.
Well, you do more research than anybody.
To damn near a science is what I did.
So, just in case anyone missed the retired employee saying Lawson wanted YouTube to find out about the 4 hours, about the missing 4 hours was a lie.
There is no missing 4 hours.
Yeah, I don't.
There is no missing 4 hours. See, because here's the thing. There is no missing 4 hours, and Ronnie Lawson knows it. Ronnie, if you're listening, there's fucking 2 hours, and you know it. 2 hours from 4:30 to 6:30, and you know it.
Yeah.
Because Candace was busy. The accident happened between 4:30 and 5, Ronnie. And Candace was busy between 5 and 6 covering it up before Donald got his call, and then you got yours at 6:30 or 6:28, excuse me. So there you go, Ronnie. That is your timeline. So why don't you get on it?
You don't
know
think
what it
that's
is.
true, do you? That he came out and said, or that lady came out and said that retired.
Oh, that lady's so full of fucking shit.
Yeah, I just I
that's the
believe
problem. Is too many people are throwing see, what you don't understand is you have the YouTubers that you have the YouTubers like here. You have this family that really cares about this beautiful little girl. You have this family right here that support this child. We don't support all these fucking gang seekers. We don't support. What I'm saying is we do not support.
We don't support bullshit.
Right. What I'm saying is we ain't supporting. We're not supporting these bunch of mother freakers that's trying to ride off this baby's back for self gain. We don't support the Jody Sues that's trying to use Summer for self gain. We're not supporting, Candace and Donald and Grandis for self gain. We don't support that. What we support is Summer, and we keep her in the spotlight and that bright light shining upon her, the real victim. And we are trying to deter all of these other people to not support Jody Sue and Candace and Donald and Grandis and them. We don't want these liars supported. We want them blacklisted. We want them, we want them to feel. We want them to feel the damn, the heat and the shame of what has happened here. These are grown-ass adults. They shouldn't be out here trying to make money off this baby's back. They should be helping find it because they were the closest ones to her.
Exactly.
And that's what pisses me off. So, and, but you have a lot of minds out here that can't comprehend that. And they're making it harder. They're making it. And not only that, but they're making it harder on other children. Because when you blackball people, like I'm trying to get people to do with Jody Sue and Candace and all of them, then what happens is the next person's going to think that, they ain't going to want to do their child like that or anything because they don't want to be done the way Candace and all of them got done, right? They don't want to be blacklisted and everybody staring at them and waiting for them to be handcuffed up and took away, right? Well, they don't want that. They know what they're going to get. They're not going to get support. They're going to get their asses interrogated until that child is found. You better not have done nothing to it. But, we're not that way anymore. I mean, that ain't the way society is. Society wants to run in there, like some bleeding heart mother freakers and support these people that's going to take them to the cleaners right after they done something horrible to their child. Fuck that. That's not for me, and I'm not going to do it. Absolutely not. I do not aid and abet the devil.
I know. So with Don being in jail and Candace, who knows where, I just think now would be a good time for the TBI to say, let's haul her in here again because her story just doesn't make sense. And I'm telling you, if they interrogated the shit out of her, around, maybe she'll snap. and Grandis.
I think if anyone's going to snap, it's going to be Donald. I think Donald's had it the hardest. I think Donald's the one that has, he gets a phone call. I don't know what happened exactly, but I do know something did. And, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
But he gets a phone call that all this shit's went down somehow and gets implicated into it all. And he's trying to just hold everything that's left behind together and doing a really shitty job, right? He's trying, but Candace won't work with him. None of these people will work with him. And because they won't work with him, it causes him to do a really shitty job, him to screw up, him to get back into the back on the devil's playground as well, right? And basically what happens is he ends up going to prison. Now everything's come down hard on him. The real culprits, like Grandis, is out there free, running anywhere she wants, and Candace is doing what she wants, right? And if we remember right, even they were calling the police on Donald as well, right? Trying to get him locked up sooner so she could be with Benny. But, at the end of the day, he had it the hardest, and he lost the most, it seems like, and he didn't have really, if he was at work, he had nothing to do with any of what went down other than having to make a choice to cover it up or let it out. And he made the wrong choice. That's what he did.
I agree with
that.
And
here's the thing. I think if anybody's going to crack, it's going to be him, because he kind of got screwed the hardest in the whole deal, right? Because the other ones feel they ain't got nothing to lose. They're loose. He's got all to lose because, he's already locked up and may stay locked up for a hell of a long time if he doesn't crack and say something pretty soon.
Oh, I agree. Chris M is out to get Don's ass. Oh, I agree on that one.
Chris M is that you talk about a motherfucker chasing shadows. That's what he does. He chases shadows. He gives people a bunch of false hope. Nothing's going to happen to Donald in Utah because, one, in Utah, the case is already, the statute of limitation ran out like 5 times. And they ain't even got a civil suit because they passed a new law in 2020 that says if if the statute has ran out on the case, then you can't even do a civil suit on it. So you know what Chris Emmis gave Mary and her sisters and all of them? Nothing but a big bunch of fucking runaround. That's it. And and when Don comes out of jail this time, he's going to go into rehab because he'll do his other time if he don't. He's going to go into rehab. He's going to do his rehab. Hopefully it helps him. Let's hope it does. I don't know. Most of the time it don't help people like them. But if it does, God bless, right? And the point being is then he's going to be free unless they rearrest him, Grandis, and Candace, over summer. And maybe he'll walk free even at that if he really doesn't know anything about what happened that day. If Candace and Grandis got with Jody Sue and Andy, it somehow covered it up without Don knowing, and he really doesn't have an ideal, then he ain't going to be going back to prison then because he don't have an ideal. But I think he does. I'm not going to lie. I think he does. And I think Candace is going to throw him under the bus, and he's going to be locked up as well. So that's my opinion. So, Chris M got on this gravy train as well. He got on the gravy train. It's all about the money. He got a big big RV or whatever he's sitting up there in, right? Because of all of this, he didn't only he was making so much money. He decided to bring some of his friends in on it, right? Talk
Yeah.
about the case and get them some business as well. I mean, it was a gravy train, and he wrote it just like Jody Sue, just like Candace Donald, Grandis, just like the rest of them. He rode the gravy train on the back of this little girl, and it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. It wasn't about keeping her name in the spotlight. It ain't about, not letting this case run cold. It ain't about staying on law enforcement's ass and making sure something gets done in this case, because most of them just do run cold, because law enforcement, if they see they can do that, they will, right? Due to the
Well,
budget
yeah.
plans
No,
and all their
he is.
bullshit. It's always
He
about
is.
money. It's
Yeah,
always about money.
and definitely out to get Don. I mean, like, about Don. It's not
He
about
ain't going to get
Summer.
Dawn. He's just using Dawn as an excuse to run his panel thing every, what,
And he
30
makes
days?
he makes quite a bit of money. I see there's a lot of people that donate to him. I mean,
Yeah,
like a lot of
right,
people,
right, absolutely.
and
And Mary, he called her the voice, her and her sisters the voice for summer. I ain't seen a damn one of them out here for a voice for summer. What I seen is a voice for theirself. Mary doesn't got a summer YouTube. She's got, and Summer's her supposedly, niece, but she ain't got a
yeah,
summer YouTube. She's got a cooking channel that, to make money off of as well, selling quilts and everything else. I mean, I'm not talking against Mary. Don't get me wrong. I'm
no,
just saying that I wish these motherfucking people, they're building themselves off the back of this little girl, yet doing not a damn thing for her. And that pisses me the fuck off.
yeah, William, I agree with you on that one.
I
Some
mean,
creators are treating Jody Sue like a friskin hero. Makes me sick.
Mary,
Jody Sue hasn't done one
mm-hmm.
thing to help find Summer. Police don't
And
even believe.
Mary is, you know, she don't have no children at home. She's got plenty of time to be supporting Summer and doing something. She doesn't. I've got 4 kids and I'm here all the time. Have you ever seen Mary over here on this channel supporting Summer? Not once.
Not once.
Not fucking once. So don't tell me she supports Summer or Voice for Summer or she'd be here. But I did see Allie up here. I did
Yeah.
see Allie here.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like I said, I even seen Candace once, right?
Yeah.
I even seen Candace once. So, but I ain't seen Mary here at all. So, Texas Gal, thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Well, I don't think any of her family has been on YouTube for supporting Summer. Have they?
I haven't seen any of them supporting Summer.
I haven't
To be
seen
honest
them.
with you, I really haven't. And it's sad. It's sad.
I mean,
because
even Candace's family.
Let me tell you
on
something.
YouTube and beg to help.
If that was my niece, you bet your ass I'd be up there supporting her 100% all the fucking way. I would be supporting it all. Matter of fact, I'd be out looking for her. I'd be doing everything in my power to make sure that, she is found. I'm not going to go building a cooking channel. That's bullshit.
I know that they did not know that Don had a child.
Or move off in a trailer somewhere and then say, can everybody buy me a house?
Yeah.
Could somebody buy me a house? I'd like to have a house. Fuck that.
There was a creator a long time ago said it wasn't true about Don essay with his sister. Well, we talked about the essay the other night, that is something that should just like stay out of this case. This has nothing to do with the case,
Right.
That's a family issue, and Chris M should have not stuck his nose in it.
And that's another thing, Rose's case has nothing to do with Summer's case. I feel sad about Rose. and everything that happened, but it has nothing to do with Summer's case. And the case in Utah has nothing to do with Summer's case. Summer's case was buried because they wanted to bring out, Rose's case. They wanted to bring out the Utah thing. And her case, I think, could have gotten a lot more done had we not had all the bullshit from everything else that had nothing to do with her case. Her case should have stood alone. The cheese stands alone. She needed, at the most crucial time, she needed all the focus on her, and it just freaking went everywhere else.
Right.
And it took us so long to get it back. And that's what I'm scared of, is you got these people coming out now and they're wanting to talk about Rose again, or they're wanting to talk about Utah. And no. Utah is 40 some years old, 50, I don't fucking know, but it's old. And a lot older than us. And the freaking Rose case is also old. They've had 10, 12 years to get it done. They haven't got it done. I don't, and thank you, Priscilla Wells. Thank you. Love you, PG. Oh, you're so sweet. Don't melt my heart right now, because I'm trying to get it. I gotta get that wall built up in there and kick some ass here. But, the point being is, they've had 12 years. This case here went 11 months, because all of that old stuff got into the middle of where all of this was supposed to be going. And the most crucial hours, we're talking about a Utah case that's going to go nowhere, instead of their case that could have went somewhere. This bullshit. And I can't believe that we sit there and allowed it to happen. It should have not ever happened. And, but it will give us foresight into helping another child from day one, and not letting them get the focus off of anything else, right?
Right.
We learn from our mistakes, and that's what counts.
Did you want to hear what it's me? She says, PG, do you want to know? I've heard Summer was in foster care when she was younger. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't believe that. I absolutely don't believe that, because that foster care in Tennessee don't take nobody until something horrible. Summer had to come up missing to get them fuckers to do what they should have already done, right?
Right.
So I don't believe that at all. So I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of things that we've already talked about in this case, And
but I think that listening to Jody Sue now saying the dog stopped at her feet, tells me that her feet had to have been on something with Summer's scent. Had to have. Them dogs didn't mess up. And I wish, I'm going to call around. I'm going to see if I can get someone that handles dogs. I wish the man that Wisconsin Mama had would have came up and give some insight on this, because them dogs do not mess up. No, they don't.
All I get is leave a message. That's all I get now.
I'll reach out and see what I can do about that, because, I'm not an expert, but I can tell you, I am expert enough to tell you right now, that's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. She
says there were pics of a small Summer having a birthday party at someone's place. They said it was the foster care. I think maybe it was the foster care for maybe another child. I really, in my heart, I don't believe that Summer was in foster care ever.
Lost souls, that is a very intelligent question right there, and one I wish that law enforcement can answer for us.
Oh yeah.
I want to call
definitely.
him. I want to call him and ask him that very damn question now that I know that that's what happened. Absolutely. And, you know, maybe I will tomorrow. Maybe I will. Maybe I will right after this live because I couldn't sleep if I didn't. But you know what? I'm fucking going to. Thank you. Thank you for bringing it to my attention because I'm going to. I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, why not?
I'm about fed up as well. Damn near a year. We've got nothing. And we should have something, right?
Right.
We should absolutely have something. So I don't know. I came in kind of late tonight, and I'm so sorry for that. I'm going to try to get in earlier tomorrow. Tomorrow I am going to bring up Donald and Candace's. I have talked with a psychologist, and we have bounced some things off of each other, and he actually
Maybe you should have him do one on Jody Sue too.
right. Right. But anyway, I'm going to bring up their mentality level for you and let you give you kind of an understanding of, you know, what we're dealing with, because, you know, a big question is, are they the type of people that could commit an act, you know, like we believe that they did? You know, for me, it's a solid yes. But, you know, I think you guys have the right to make your own decisions upon what you think, because, you know, this is America. We all got a right to think however we please, right?
Right.
And we all got the right to know, you know, a little bit about Dawn and Candace's mental capacities, because, you know, that's what drives, that is what is the driven factor in cases like
Yeah.
this, is who's behind it. And we have to look at their, you know, their psyche in order to, you know, determine if
Well,
they truly are capable of such things.
right.
And, you know, so I am definitely going to play that out tomorrow for everybody.
Good night, Patricia.
And then I will be also doing Donald as well. I've asked, you know, to bounce his psyche off as well, to see, you know, his
Well,
mental capacity as well. And I will be bringing his out probably, I'd say the day after tomorrow. I'm going to try. Grandis, I can't do nothing about. I'm sorry, but I cannot get a reading on Grandis due to the fact Grandis is not give us a lot to go on. I did ask Lisa Kay to send me what she has on Grandis. I will try, if she does, I will try to get something on Grandis. But I'm also going to ask about Jody Sue. Jody Sue's a touchy one because a lot of people really don't even want to fucking listen to her, and you have to listen to her in order to, I mean, I do listen to her, but this particular person, I'm not sure if they want to or not, and I'm not going to push them to do it because I know what I went through doing it. So I'm not pushing no one, you know,
right.
to listen to Jody Sue. But if they agree to maybe listen to her somewhat of the things she's saying and so forth and so on, I might be able to, you know, do a reading on her. Um,
Yeah,
this particular person's, doing this for me because I'm so busy. I'm super busy with the content and just keeping Summer in the spotlight and everything else. So they're kind of just, helping me out a little bit and and taking some pressure off, you know, off
yeah,
of me. But I will you know, I will, and this is no way, form, or how, and uh, you know, this is no way. What I'm saying is, when I play this out, I just want everybody to know that, you know, this is just opinion. It is not fact, 100% fact. What I'm saying is, um, you know, we did not sit Donald or Candace down and do a psychological evaluation on them at all. We're just using what we got to be able to kind of, you know, lay a foundation of what we're seeing. Okay. And that's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, it is getting late. I do see a lot of people saying good night. So I'm going to
yeah.
say
Me
good
too.
night as well.
Hey, PG, I'm gonna send you those pictures I talked to you about today. I'm not sure that you have them, but I'll send them anyways.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
so appreciate that. God bless. Christy, thank you, sweetheart. She says you're excellent, PG. Thank you.
She
Um,
is, isn't she?
she is a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Every KJ, it's nice to see you in here, sweetie. Absolutely beautiful to see you in here. I love you, girl. Yeah.
Okay, well, good night.
Good
Love you,
night,
girls.
Wisconsin Mama. And I
Yep.
so appreciate you coming up and spending time and everything with
Oh.
me.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you letting me come up. I feel so welcomed up here. So.
Oh, I just love you to death. You're like
Well,
my sister, long lost sister.
yeah. Well, I think we get along pretty good. So.
I do too. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.
I love Wisconsin Mama. Such a sweetheart. All right, everybody. Yeah, PG's going to say goodnight, but before we do, all prayers for Norway. Absolutely. Thank you. It's me. That's the name. But I thank you. Yes, keep Summer in your prayers. Keep them going up. I know God's answering. He's always listening. He's always answering. And I know something's going to give on this case. They know that they got to do something before this 1 year mark. And I'm sure we're going to hear something really soon. So, if we don't, they're going to have a lot of pressure on them, right? So I'm sure they are going to come out with something. So, all I can say is, keep them prayers, keep your hands together, your head bowed, and just keep those prayers going up for this baby because she needs us. She absolutely needs us. And we all just want her found, right? We all want her found. And we have 300 or 400 people in here a night. And I'm sure that's how many prayers from here is going up, and just imagine from everywhere else. So I know God is definitely, Summer's, God definitely knows who Summer is. That's for sure. And we need to keep those prayers going up, and we need to, because he's going to let Jesus lead us right to her. We're going to get Summer back, and we're going to know what happened. We are going to know what happened for sure. I'm not going to give up faith on this baby. Absolutely not. Because my faith is too great in God, and I know his power and what he can do. And he is definitely going to bring her home and let us know. And he's going to give her brothers closure that they need as well, because they need it more than anybody. They're just children, and they need it more than anyone. So God is definitely going to answer. So keep them prayers going up. Please keep them going up, and keep them going up for one another. Absolutely. And know that Pre-G is always praying for you all. And I appreciate your prayers. The best gift you could ever give anyone is to pray for them. So keep those prayers going up, everybody. God bless you all. Good night. Much love.